This is your Weather Extreme video for Saturday, July the 4th, Independence Day. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters, and it's a very flashy day, both in terms of lightning as well as the possibility of flash flooding. There's a look at our Birmingham Skycam with a lot of rain on the lens, and we'll take a look at radar in just a moment, but the primary threat is that of flash flooding and possibly isolated severe thunderstorms, but I think the flash flood threat is the greatest for the next 36 hours or so, and a flash flood watch is in effect through Sunday morning for much of the northern half of Alabama. The culprit in the upper atmosphere is a bit of a trough that has helped to keep temperatures down over the past week or so across much of the eastern half of the country, and that feature will be moving slowly, so it looks like we're going to stay with wet weather off and on through at least into Sunday. Temperatures have been held down, and yesterday, as a matter of fact, the Birmingham airport only reached a high of about 80 degrees. Radar tells you the story as we have this training of echoes across the southeastern U.S., all the way from southeast Oklahoma, all the way across to North Georgia. And of course, with that, we have a number of flash flood watches and warnings. The watches are the areas in green, and the flash flood warnings are those areas that are in the deeper red. And QPF-wise, we're looking at probably on the order of 2 to 4 inches additional precipitation over the next 36 to 48 hours. And after that, then it becomes more of a little showery situation with at least less rain. And Storm Prediction Center is not outlooking any slight risk, specific slight risk area as being somewhat too low, but they do have marginal over much of the southeastern U.S. from North Georgia all the way back into the Red River Valley area of Texas and Oklahoma for day one, that's today, and for day two, the slight risk is up into the Dakotas and parts of Nebraska, and we're just in regular thunderstorms. And then for the tropics, things remain quiet as we have quite a bit of dry Saharan air over the tropical Atlantic. And the eastern Pacific is a little more active, with at least a couple of areas being watched, but no active named storms for the moment. All right, let's take a look at the model data, and we've got a lot of data to talk about. There's a look at the CAPE values for today, and of course we're getting this training of echoes across parts of the southeastern U.S. As a matter of fact, while I'm doing this video, a flash flood warning was issued for Jefferson County, so the whole situation remains volatile, and we stay that way with a lot of moisture. The precipitable water values are very high, as we can see for today. The upper low feature is moving slowly across the Mid-South area, and as it does, the precipitable water values through Sunday stay up, so it looks like that remains to be, the flash flooding remains as a threat. As we see on Sunday, that little upper low feature, upper low, weatherman's woe, and that upper feature moving into the central Appalachians on Sunday, so it's going to be slow to move, and so we're going to see showers and thunderstorms at least off and on into Sunday. By Monday, though, precipitable water values begin to come down just a little bit, and that signals at least as the upper trough moves off, we see the shower coverage dropping back somewhat on Monday, but still showers in the forecast. And we see that feature on Monday moving up into the northern Appalachians, and that is certainly finally getting caught up in the westerlies as it moves off to the northeast away from us. But the pattern stays a bit of a troughiness on Tuesday, and so we stay in a somewhat moist air mass with daily chances for showers and thunderstorms. And very quickly look at the radar, and there's a look at the radar just as we're preparing this video, and you can see that lots of thunderstorms across all of central Alabama. And I want to point out too that on the storm total precip values that we see a good deal of rain has fallen in that red area over Marion County up in Hamilton, and on the order of 8 to 10 inches over the storm period so far. Getting back to the models, the Wednesday forecast, we see the ridge beginning to build in somewhat, and that ridge stays with us on Thursday. It's not a strong, particularly strong ridge, but certainly coming back and giving us a little bit more in the way of something more akin to the typical heat for this time of year. And we stay with the possibility of showers. Friday, the ridge is beginning to pump up just a little bit in response to that closed low coming in on the Northern California coast. So once again, we stay with scattered showers. So not much change in the overall weather pattern. The ridge shows up a little bit more a week from today on Saturday, the 11th, as we see the 594 contour coming up on West Texas. And once again, that should bring us back into some warm weather as we head into the 11th, 12th, and 13th of July. Looking out into Voodoo country, we've got the ridge becomes the dominant feature, prevailing feature across the southwestern United States around the 13th or so, but still a hint of a bit of a troughiness over the eastern third of the country. And then by the time we get out to the 19th, the GFS is once again bullish on this whole idea of having more or less a troughiness over the eastern half of the country. So it looks like the summer is going to have some ups and downs with heat as we normally would expect. Well, that'll do it for the Weather Xtreme video for this morning. Please stay tuned to the blog for updates. As I mentioned, the flash flood warning was issued for Jefferson County while I was writing this and preparing this video. Hope that you have a great day. Stay dry. Remember, turn around, don't drown. We don't want anybody getting caught in flash flooding in central Alabama. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Have a great day. The next Weather Xtreme video should be posted Sunday morning.